a better one.
It's okay, it's already going.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
The stream is going?
The stream is going.
Oh.
The stream is
look
going.
at this. Watch, eat with us. Let's make sure it's working. It just says waiting.
You know, I couldn't figure out for the longest time how to get comments to show on there.
How?
Oh, I figured it out.
Show. Little dots.
I just had to like play with it and then it came out. How do you?
I don't know.
And then.
Because I've been missing out on James Lee Lives.
Yeah, I figured it out.
I'm trying to get comments on the iPad YouTube app.
Wait, how do I get this to even be a thing?
Yeah.
Make the video go.
Figure
it out. Figure it out.
There we go.
Can I have some of your soda?
Hey, look at this. This looks so good where we're at in our new digs over here. 3 people are watching. Gonna like this.
How's it sound?
Test 1 2.
Hello, hi, what's up?
Banana.
How's it sound? Test 1 2. Hello, hi, what's up? Not bad.
Not great, but not bad.
Not great, but not bad. Okay. So, hi everyone. Welcome to episode 52 of Heather's Happy Hour. Sorry we're a little late. We'll tell you why I was late. It's his fault.
Well, yes.
There! No, wait. Oh. No. How do you do?
If anyone knows how to do captions on the YouTube.
It's not captions, it's
not
comments.
Captions, comments.
I did it and then it came up here.
Is it just down here?
No. Oh,
Live
here.
chat. Hey!
Hi! April, hello! Fukum. I think that's how you're gonna say it.
Sure.
Hi everybody. Okay, so Tom and I both just got home, and he hasn't eaten all day pretty much, and I'm hungry as well. So usually what we do about this time of day when Tom gets home is that we sit down, eat dinner, and talk about each other's days. So that's what we're gonna do, and we're just gonna do it live because we couldn't wait and we're already late. So here's what I'm eating. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Sort of. Yeah, you can see it's green.
It,
green stuff in a bowl.
Oh, okay. So that is a salad. It's baby spinach, feta cheese, olives, crushed walnuts, and a pear vinaigrette from Trader Joe's. It is one of my favorite salads ever.
That's good. I have one waiting for me over there.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, though, I'm dining on leftover stuffing from Thanksgiving, made by you and I.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because Hungarian has sausage in it, and it's really good sausage.
Yes. That's quite the stuffing. That the stuffing is.
I'm gonna get stuffed on this stuffing.
Uh-huh. So, let's talk, Tom.
Yeah.
First of all, one of the things is that we are live streaming from the new home set that Tom and I have been working on. We're so excited. If you tuned in to either of our channels, we did a live stream of us painting this wall. It was tan before, now it's this lovely gray, which you probably may or may not be able to tell because there's LED lights on either side of the couch. One's pink. Well, this one's pink. No, this one's blue, that one's pink. We can change the lights, but that's what we picked. And then we got our boosted boards bordering the couch, which is super cute.
Bordering the couch.
Oh my god. See what I mean? He does these puns all the time.
You
it
did
takes
it.
Forever.
You said it.
I would have never made that connection. But that's my darling. I know his glory. So, let me know what you think. What do you guys think of this? So I have shelves.
We're not changing it. So.
But they could provide input on its evolution. We got these shelves, which are gonna go like this, bam. But because we haven't really recorded or live streamed or anything from this place yet, we're trying to figure out like placement. This way, that way, up, down. Oh, sorry. And there's another one of these. We have 2.
Stag room?
Yeah. Tom doesn't obviously want to drill holes in the wall until we know for sure.
Right.
So that's kind of the last thing, and then probably, things to put up on the shelves. Yeah.
I like it.
I love it. I'm super excited. I recorded a vlog today on this couch.
This is the first I recorded that. That's not out yet. So this is the first thing people have seen with it.
Yeah, and we have lighting. It just looks really cool. I'm excited about it.
There's a little bit of shadow happening here that I'd like to do something about, but
that's fine.
I don't know. I'm so anal retentive about shadows on backdrops.
Well, if we put that there, would there still be a shadow?
Or if we had another little light.
Yeah.
Maybe this will be an unboxing once I'm done with the eating.
So,
I don't know if the light chat's refreshing or if it's just quiet tonight.
I ain't just quiet. This is my channel. So what's up, guys? Just saying hi. Gosh, this is like really refreshing right now.
You know what? I don't even like feta cheese. But this is so good.
Really?
I've always avoided cheese. You kind of turned me into a cheese person.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, huh?
Because you're all about the cheese.
I know, that's weird, huh?
I'm all about the cheesy jokes.
Let's see. How was work?
Actually, work was great. It's been good. We just had our...
You okay there, buddy?
We just had our industry advisory meeting, which is where people from the arts, media, entertainment industry get to provide input into the direction of the program that I developed and teach. There's a great representative from this company called Sharespark Media there. Found a lot of really good input. I felt really bad though because I totally had a crush on her. I felt like it might be like, I shouldn't have a crush on an industry partner.
Christian, what's going on, you guys? Hi. Hi, Christian. Thanks for tuning in. We are live streaming for our new home studio, and Tom and I just got home, so we're
eating salad and talking about our day.
Talking about our day. You were fantastic, by the way.
Tell me about it.
Like, I just am in constant, I can't deal. Like, the whole time, I'm like, is that seriously my boyfriend?
It was cool.
You're so, like, okay, there were parts of the meeting where I felt like I did not belong there. Like, it just felt like kind of a waste of time for me.
I'm sorry.
No offense. Because I felt like it was just a lot of bitching in terms of, like, admin stuff that I can't really have a part in.
Okay.
Like, you know, I don't know. I just felt like these are all one-off conversations that, like, I don't mind having these conversations with you and everyone there, of course. But if you had other industry partners that were, like, maybe more pressed for time, like, I would not want them to be talking about that or, like, hearing about that.
But I don't think that would happen in that scenario, though. I don't think so. I
was thinking, because it was a lot of, like, school people.
Yeah.
That was happening.
Yeah.
But
That was the first meeting.
Yeah. You know what I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
Not like it was pointless or anything, but...
Oh, I thought I got a lot out of it.
Of course you got a lot out of it, because that's like the first meeting that you had about your program in general. Like, you had a lot to hash out there.
Work through some stuff.
Yeah, like you... See, that's the thing. I felt like you had to address things, and you did a very... I think... Well, see, because look, I'm biased. I know things, but from what I know of the whole big picture, I felt like you got a lot accomplished. But, like, with the outsider hat, industry partner hat, like, I felt like you could have almost, like, divided the meeting in two and only had focused on, like, feedback, input, opportunities, like, and then, like, you leave the meeting with, like, 5 internships, possibilities, and, like, things like, this person has a possible project, this person has a possible opportunity. And
well, that would be the
just
case
follow.
with more industry partners there.
Yeah. It was amazing, though.
Yeah, it really sounds like it.
It was!
That was not the most amazing review.
Okay, let me talk about how amazing it was, girl. I love you.
You don't have to enjoy all my meetings.
No, oh my god, don't do that. Don't be like that. Oh my god. Okay, fine. Let me tell you, I'm not doing it justice. Because this is me. I don't focus on the negative, but like I feel like the positives are just there. So I don't talk about them because the things that you have to work on are the negative things. That's just me though. Sid has helped me work through this. He's helped me to like, I have to take a step back and recognize what I'm doing well. So I give myself credit because it's important. Because I don't recognize that it's like a talent that I take for granted kind of thing. So with that said, first of all, I think you guys know this, but this is Tom, my boyfriend. But
everyone should know that.
The way that we met is because he created this digital media production institution.
Pathway. It's called. It has institute in the name. But...
Institute of Media Production, Arts and Creative Technology program at his high school that he works at, which is Indio High School. It's a 4-year program, career pathway, and all the courses are UC approved, and he is the person who created the whole thing from start to finish, and he's the only faculty teaching this entire program that is so relevant that these kids are seriously in this program, and they are going to have an advantage over every other kid who is not part of this program, because you guys know this digital literacy is my thing. I feel like it is just as important to learn reading and writing I feel like digital media literacy is just as important as reading and writing. Especially me, like I run my entire business off of digital media, and I feel like not only should the kids know how to create and be a creator, but also like, you know, how they can create opportunities and spark their potential by sharing their story through digital media. So that's Tom. That's how we met. That's how we originally connected. First piece of communication was because of that. And the very first time that I met Tom was to go to his school and learn about his program and hear about his curriculum and see his classroom and the equipment that they have and all of that. And it's just like, it is so incredibly, insanely impressive. And I'll have Tom talk about what the meeting was that we were at, but basically there was a bunch of industry partners there, people in the industry, and there was someone who had commented after having done a tour of his facility that even there's so many businesses who don't even have that equipment, those resources, the programs, like everything that Tom has and these kids have to play around with and experiment and learn and create and collaborate and explore and all these things. And so that's what we were at right now. Tom taught for the most of the day.
Well, yeah.
And then at 4 o'clock we had his meeting, and it was basically he could talk about the industry advisory program, but that the very first thing that Tom and I connected on before anything else was for me to potentially be a member of this committee.
Yeah.
And so finally, after almost 3 months of meeting, I went to the first meeting.
Yeah.
Well, that was the first meeting.
Well, to be an industry partner just means you're someone with arts, media, entertainment, industry experience who's helping out with our program. And then the council meets twice a year to just sort of update, to sort of provide feedback and hear where the program's at, hear what the industry needs, so we make sure that the students are getting what they actually need to graduate and be successful in the world.
Yeah, and that's what's so cool about Tom's program. Not that just that Tom created it and he's amazing, but I think it's like one of the few programs I know besides the medical industry and health industry. I know that because I was pre-med for a really long time, but Tom's program, the fact that he actually goes out to the real world and meets with industry partners, business people who are organizations and people who are making money using these tools, and then takes that feedback and reevaluates his own program that he's teaching the freaking youth who is the next generation workforce. Like, I've never that doesn't happen in any other classroom. It's not like English is like, oh, the language is evolving, maybe we should factor that in. Like, and especially in digital media, when, boom, everything's changing every 6 months, I just find that so incredible that you do that. And that is, not only is that incredible that you do that, but the fact that you even thought to factor that in is like, that's why you're amazing, and that's why I love you.
No, thank you.
Okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay? I didn't think it was a sucky meeting. Are you kidding? I was sitting there, this guy, I didn't even tweet my pictures yet. He was just there talking about his little program. He's got his, like, really cool slideshow. Even someone was like, you need to have, like, a peer educational how to do a slideshow presentation thing. Because, of course, this is all super fancy.
It was actually so not fancy. It was fancy. Because I can't do death by PowerPoint. I will happily offer tutelage to anyone who needs friggin' PowerPoint, not PowerPoint lessons. But
do you use Keynote?
I use Keynote. I would never touch PowerPoint. Sorry.
So what say you?
About
what I thought about the meeting. Because you were like, oh, you thought it was sucky.
It was good. It was just, I was looking at it, because talking about outsider perspective, I was looking at it as like, oh, a bunch of people don't know what happened. And you're like, oh, it's just kind of a waste of time. And I was like, let's talk about what it was and the good things, and then do the constructive feedback. But let's say the good things first, so it doesn't seem like, because it wasn't, it's not the end of the world. Like, little meetings like that I do quite regularly, but, it was a 12-hour day. That was hours 10 to 12 of my 12-hour day, and I spent a while prepping, so hopefully it.
It didn't show, okay? I'm not saying that your 10 to 12-hour day had any impact on, like, you being tired on the program. It was an awesome meeting. Okay?
Okay.
You're seeing us work through this.
What are we working through?
I don't know. Are you?
Oh, no, it was just, you offer constructive feedback before positive feedback. I'm someone who works better with positive feedback than
I don't like to do that, because then you end with the bad stuff. No, you gotta go.
I don't like leading with the bad stuff, because then I can't focus on anything else.
That's because that's you.
Yeah, I know. But that's my style, so you should know that. It's important for you to know.
Okay.
I need dessert also.
You need your what?
Dessert.
Yeah.
Because James was on here and he was like, he saw us eating, so we had to end his live stream, but now I'm done eating. So we gotta keep the eating going.
What did I miss?
Well, James was talking about that. Macho Jobber showed up. I was like, yo, sup.
Hi, Macho.
April Lee said, I am the same way, and I think that was talking about, God, I remember what that was talking about, but I don't remember now. Macho Jobber was asking what you eating today, what you make. And then we got Francis Sumitsu, greetings from the Philippines, which I said greetings. And that's it. And then James said, what you eating, Heather?
Oh, salad.
Oh, you know what? I'll be right back. I need dessert. And
you just hit the dog in the face with a door. James, I was eating a salad. I talked about it when I first started. Baby spinach, feta cheese, olives, crushed walnuts, and a pear vinaigrette from Trader Joe's. Amazing.
sorry.
I want to bake cookies.
That's fine. Just in honor of James. Dark chocolate pretzel slimes. And I brought you a nugget in case you need a nugget.
I love you, okay?
I know.
Oh, see, that's when you know you're in trouble. When they don't say it back, they say, I know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I pulled a Han Solo. I'm sorry. I love you. You're not in trouble.
Are you sure?
No, here's it.
Okay, see?
Here's the internet. Here's what it's talking about. What it is I had no decompression time from work to home. I walked in the door basically and went straight here, so there's been no time to get out of the headspace of being in work for 12 hours and then being at home, plus being exhausted on top of that. So that always puts me in a weird state. There's not like the airlock chamber to like transition. So that's all. So I think that always makes me like a little weird.
I love you.
I love you too.
It was an incredible meeting.
And
I really sat there in complete admiration. I was like, I can't believe this is my boyfriend.
Yes, that's the correct answer.
I'm serious.
I believe you.
Yeah?
Because that's how I feel when you're talking, and I was like, she's so smart, and like...
Okay, so tell me. Go. We'll talk about the meeting.
Well, yeah, so my main goal here was, in this case, since my program that I'm starting now, it's in its second year, it's relatively new. We're just starting out, so that's why this was our first actual official advisory meeting.
Okay.
But everyone there I pretty much knew, and some knew each other, but we had never sat down and just like hashed it out. And so my goal was to sit down and go, this is who everybody is, this is what this program really is, like down to mission statement at its core, this is where we're at, where we're going, and the challenges we're facing along the way. So everyone understands what I do and what we're doing. And unfortunately, because it's flu season, several like non-educational industry partners just got sick and couldn't make it. But you were there and a couple others were there. And then you guys just sort of hear that, offer feedback, offer conversations, a little bit of networking, and that kind of stuff. And it was just, I mean, the first thing was like, I wanted everyone to go just quickly introduce themselves, because not to do that terrible icebreaker of everyone introduce yourself, but because around the table I really wanted people to get to know what each other's specialties were. And
how was my intro? I thought it was...
Well, you went first, and you just went straight into the Sharespark thing. While you did it, the spiel that you give on all your vlogs and all your...
And it makes sense?
It makes total sense, but it's so... I love hearing it. I love when you're in professional business mode, and it's just like... To me, it's so impressive to watch and to see.
That's what I think about you, though. Isn't that funny? And I think that's so funny, because Tom talks about this often, where he'll be like... He so clearly sees the distinction between, like, girlfriend Heather and, like, Sharespark vlogger Heather.
Nothing's not the same person.
I don't see it, because obviously I'm just me, but I think something just turns on where I'm, like, in the zone.
Well, like... Yeah, well, it's not...
But he has that too.
And it's not like a disingenuous, like, vlogger Heather's, this fake person, and then there's real Heather. No, it's all the same person, but it's just in the... it's in the way that you're presenting it and phrasing it, and it's so clear and so concise. It's just really impressive. And you have such a good way of clearly demonstrating your knowledge in an area, expressing advanced concepts in a clear, easy to understand way that's very casual and like...
What did I say?
I mean, you're talking about economic needs, you're talking about... You can relay your entire story from working at a school to starting your own thing to journey into entrepreneurship, and you can do that in like 40 seconds flat, and it's the whole story ultra concisely.
Wow.
That's really impressive.
I asked for my teacher.
Trust me, yeah. But the difference would be like girlfriend Heather's like,
We just don't talk about it,
Yeah,
we're enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, or if someone said something...
What?
You'd be like, yo, homie. Here's the thing with all your ish.
What did I say the other day? Tell them about the goose.
You want me to say that?
Yeah, I don't mind.
So we reached the point in our relationship the other day where...
we can talk about...
Where I decided, and I haven't actually done this because I didn't think I didn't think you'd ever want me to actually share these things. But I think it was on the last Heather's Happy Hour we talked about the things you were saying as you were falling asleep, which were funny. But I also wanted to start a note of just... I wanted to start a Twitter account that's just what Heather says. And it started with you out of nowhere going, I forget the exact phrasing, but you basically said something along the lines of, yo, I was dropping mad deuces yesterday. I was like, founder of Sharespark.
Well, that was another thing that they said too.
You said, I think it had yo in it. It was like, yo, I'm West Coast till I die.
Oh, because this one over here has been living in the desert his whole entire life. And so he is obsessed with New York and the East Coast and like how cold it is over there and just like the idea of being cold. And he's like, I want to go there because it's cold. I'm going to Iceland because it's cold. drink hot chocolate by the Matterhorn, the whole thing. And I would love to visit East Coast, but I am not a fan of the cold, so that's why I was like, West Coast till I die. But it was just like...
It was so gangster, though.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just like, no, I much prefer the West Coast sunshine.
California, yeah.
It was, yo, I'm West Coast till I die. But it was...
And then the Mad Juices thing, your girl gets real bloated during that time of the month.
Girl.
And freaking A, man, when that time of the month is over, the purging begins, so I drop Mad Juices. And I don't... Babe, I'm sorry. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. You care there? Oh. I have to explain, okay?
I just love you telling the internet that you dropped Mad Deuces.
Because you don't understand, like, the purge and, like... Okay, this is what I have to get used to when it comes to living with somebody. There's a lot I have to get used to. I was actually thinking about this in the car. But one of the things is, like, I talk out loud. That's why I think I'm a good vlogger, because genuinely, all I'm doing is turning on the camera and recording what would happen anyway, which is just me talking to myself. And I forget that there is now another person who can hear my internal dialogue. And so I was like, yeah, I dropped my deuces. And Tom can hear that, so... And as I'm talking about dropping my deuces, little Tom signs on and just heard my entire juice story. So, hi video guy, how are you? I'm sorry we missed Shrek, but we were at the lights thing. I think you saw the vlog and the Instagram post. Okay, let me catch up here. Thoughts on rap music? I love trap music. Semi-fan of rap music.
I like music that's got sick beats.
Yeah, there you go.
West Coast till I die.
Al is saying Tom's eating Ben's dog treats.
These are chocolate covered pretzel slims, and my hand's stuck in the bag is full of chocolate. I need to go wash it.
Okay. Are you eating a soy boy? Is he a soy boy? Is he a soy boy? I don't know what a soy boy is.
Probably like a vegetarian or something.
Oh.
No.
Whoa.
Carnivore till I die.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what we got going on.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh, what were some of the other things? You said there's a lot of things I was thinking about in the car that I gotta get used to.
Oh no.
I thought the camera didn't matter, or just things that would happen anyway.
I was focusing on your meeting. Oh, really? You wanna go there?
I don't know. I really don't know what it is that you're.
I know you don't.
Yeah, I know. Oh, no.
No, that's not it. Can I have a sip? Thanks, babe.
This is now gonna be like a therapy couch.
I know.
I really should go wash my hands because gross.
Okay. So you go do that. Anyway, hi. Okay, so I am going to. Oh shoot! I need to be on my channel on this. Hold on, I'm on Tom's account and I can't moderate comments because I need to moderate the comments right now. Yeah. Anyway, I talk about Tom's program a lot, so go check it out. He has a Twitter account. I think it's IHS Impact.
Yes.
IHS Impact. I switch accounts because I need to moderate comments.
Oh. Can you moderate from here? Oh, you can.
How do I? There. Thoughts on VidMe? I don't know what VidMe is. Do you know what VidMe is?
Not really.
Tom wants to meet up over video guy. We should try to meet up over Christmas break.
We're gonna be in Long Beach for a big chunk of time.
Yeah, we are. We gotta meet up with Relmer too. We gotta
collab.
Yeah, there's a lot of collabs that have to happen. And
do you know what you would call a dog that does vlogs with other dogs? A Labrador.
That's the name. D-logs. It's like B-logs. Proxline. Vimeo is an alternative to YouTube. I heard you can shitpost more freely there. I don't know what that means. VidMe, why does that sound familiar? No, I don't know about VidMe. LiveMe I knew about. That was like a live stream thing. I don't know if that's still a thing. He's gonna know how to open it.
If the dog learns how to open a door, that's fine. On the live stream, I mean...
I know, but then he'll know how to open the pantry.
Oh no.
You don't want to teach him that.
Then he won't need us anymore.
I know. Sorry. The door's like starting to like rattle because the dogs are trying to come in.
The dogs like Heather so much that now they have separation anxiety.
They can come in.
No, they're insane. They got dishes and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't mind a break.
Never mind. Yeah. Oh, now they're crying.
Oh, they're fine.
My heart.
They are fine. James Lee says, we're doing a live shaving video tomorrow. Is that still Sharesparking?
Dude, James, when are we going to collab, dude?
Yeah.
Make it happen. Because I really want him to meet you guys. And I was telling him, I don't know if you guys... No, like, under, like, you know, I watch your channel now. Like,
yeah.
Kind of dating your friend, you know.
Kind of dating.
Yeah, like real dating. Yeah, meet. No, but James, you know what I was telling Tom? I was almost gonna say, you know what I was telling Mark? Tom, what I was telling Tom about James and Mark was Werewolf. I don't know if you guys still play it, but I was saying that game is so much fun, and you have to play it with both James and Mark because they're so funny, and it's just a fun game. And you would be really good, I think.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I'm on board.
Yeah. Anyway.
He says, let's live stream that ish.
Yeah, let's do it. We could do like quadruple live stream.
Someone could have 4 devices.
You know what'd be crazy? Oh my god, you know what'd be crazy? James, I just thought of something. What if we all live streamed, but we showed our card to our people?
Oh!
Yeah, that's so crazy, dude.
That would be fun.
It's like poker, but
just like first person live stream.
Yeah.
And then you could watch the different channels.
Yeah, and then like you could, because there's a lot of like strategy and kind of like, you know, potential deceit that happens.
I like it. How cool.
Mark doesn't have a channel yet, but he's getting a following. Yes, he is. I'm sure people would go follow. It's like Tom and I. Yeah. Oh my god, that's such a great... I'm so excited about that.
That's a really cool use of live.
Use of live!
Yeah, I like it. I love watching this because I see her hand just goes head on. It does seem from the side, but they look different head on.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm wearing the Marvel shirt because Infinity War.
I haven't seen the trailer yet still.
We should do react.
I've been working all day. You can react to it, but see, the problem is, I'm just like, that looks sweet. Whereas, like, I know people are talking, they're like, oh, Spider-Man this, and like, whatever that. And I'm like, I don't know. Man, this looks super cool. Like, I don't catch all the little...
Oh, yeah.
You know, like,
I
have students who will go frame by frame, and they'll be like, but there's a flash here, and there's a reflection here.
Yeah, and then this means this, and like...
Yeah, don't you remember? Yeah. I don't... Bye, James. He's got to head out. Let's hang out soon.
Bye. Yeah. What else? Anyway, go check out Tom's program.
Yeah.
Go check out Tom's channel. It's the Enthusiasm Project.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite
Subscribe
channel.
if you like stuff.
He's like a way better editor than me, so go check it out.
A better editor? You're a really good editor, though. You don't give yourself enough editing credit, I don't think.
Yeah, but you, like, you're just on a different level.
I don't know.
Like, go check out his most recent video. It's kind of this, it's like my video, but from a different perspective about the Christmas lights. Someone asked, what's my channel about? That is a great question. The Enthusiasm Project started as a way for me to share things that I am enthusiastic about because I believe that enthusiasm is
something that's really important, stemming from the fact that I'm scared of dying, and one day we will all die, and there's not enough time to do all the things that you want to do. And so I want to make the best use of time possible by being really excited about a lot of things. And the original goal was to share people's stories who are, pursuing things that they're genuinely enthusiastic about. And that's still something that is happening in the process of happening. But in the meantime, it was like, well, shoot, why don't I just share a bunch of stuff that I like? And so then it sort of became my channel for that, and like vlog kind of a thing. And it's pretty sweet. Like a mini TED Talk channel, almost, because some of them, especially if it's just me talking, it's sort of like exploring a concept, because that kind of stuff is just so, I don't know, I'm like obsessed with the fact that I'm going to die one day, but not in like a suicidal negative way. And
just like me.
In a motivating, like, oh my god, that's it kind of a way. Like,
yeah, like one chance.
Yeah, you don't get to go back and then do it for real.
Yeah.
So that's
one
why
life.
it's like...
And I have this thing I tell Tom all the time, like, when I die, I feel like this is what's going to happen. It's going to be a game over screen, black and white. My body's going to be there. And whoever I die next to, please teabag my body. Because I just really want to see that before I fade away into the cosmos. But, yeah, I 100% think... I mean, another reason why I'm so, like, bullish on you have one life is because I had a cousin who just literally dropped dead at the age of 20 on vacation. He had just gotten back from the beach in the Philippines, went to go shower, and like dropped dead in the shower. And like the door was locked and people couldn't get in, but he was already gone. So like because because he lost his life at such a young age, like and there's no history, no family history of any kind of indication of anything like that happening. I could, drop dead anytime also, and I never, like, that was just such a reality check for me in terms of, like, how much time you may or may not have, and that's why I even bothered to do this in the first place in terms of this entrepreneurial journey, just because I want to live my life the way that I want to live it, and I don't care if it goes against what everyone else thinks, because everyone else has their lives, but this is mine. So
that's actually why for both you and I, like, these things are actually
we got these guys
a big deal separately, basically, from one another.
But that's why, because they're so freaking expensive, and there's no way, absolutely no way that anybody can justify this expense
as a necessity.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
because YOLO.
True. Yeah, true. Yeah, Proxline says I want to make sure I spend my life shitposting as hard as possible.
You should check out
it's my favorite comment.
Metalcore. He's a great banter on the topics he talks about. I want to make sure I spend my life shitposting. What does that mean?
It's just like
like
it's just like we were having a conversation today in my classes about text language, and the kids were trying to explain, and I was like, what does that mean when you're doing this? And like, it's just like this. This is how I feel now. It's just like shitposting, like, you just gotta go shitpost for a while.
So Proxline, the only comment I remember of him is that when he watched my lights video of like the lanterns, he was like, watching this video as I take a shit, it's pretty emotional.
I mean, that's literally.
So I'm like, is it literally shitposting like you post when you're taking a shit?
Not as I understand it, but I mean, maybe he took it to the next level, dropping that deuces West Coast till he dies. Like, I don't know.
Christian, that's awesome. You only live once. YOLO.
That's
I know.
That's
and
crazy.
that's why that's like one of my favorite things about Tom, because so many people that I know, and he has mastered the balance of this. I'll never think that, but there's so many people that I know in life. Pretty much everyone else that I know is just has this plan, and I feel like it's so rare for me to meet someone who just embraces the day as in like you are already at the finish line. It's not like you're saving up for retirement, or you're trying to wait for the next promotion, or you're waiting for the boyfriend or girlfriend to come into your life, or whatever. Like, I feel like everyone's always playing this, like, there's a goal that I need to hit at some point further down the line. But Tom has a really good balance where it's like, you know, you might die tomorrow, but I also don't ever want to struggle. And, you know, I want to be prepared. I don't have that. I'm just YOLO. I'm getting there. But circumstances being what they were, yeah.
But that's important because you do need both, but you want to make sure you want to plan for the future, live in the moment, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was having this Proxline said I got banned permanently from Twitter for being myself. Dude, I've been banned places for being myself too. I get it. I was doing when we were at our Skills USA Nationals a couple years ago. It's 100,000 people in a giant basketball stadium. It's the student organization for competition thing. 100,000 people, and they had giant video screens before like the closing ceremonies with all the medals start, and it's just hyped up. There's people from all 50 states plus Puerto Rico there, and they have these giant screens that are just doing like crazy inspirational quotes, and then they had a live feed on the side where you could like post stuff or whatever. And I was posting jokes, just my jokes, you know, like why did the bicycle fall over? It was too tired, like those kinds of things, and I got banned.
You got banned?
From the giant screen in front of like 100,000 people. It was the proudest moment of my life.
You're crying.
It was so funny. It was so funny to me because like I was with only a couple kids that I didn't really know that well. I was like chaperoning like kids that weren't really in my program, so they didn't really know me. There was nobody else there. I'm in Kentucky, and I was just like, "This is the best," and I can't share it. I think I did. I think I took a picture of the screen and put it on like Instagram.
Did it say you got banned?
I forget what it said, but it was somehow I forget what it said exactly, but I was banned, blocked or whatever. It's great. But that kind of stuff, man, I love that.
Yeah.
That was me in a room of 100,000 people making a joke that was just for me. That's like.
You.
That is me to the core.
I love it.
I replied to a tweet from Jack who's talking about hate speech. There we go. All this stuff. And I'm not going to repeat it, but I'm going to giggle at it. I can't deal with this. This is shit posting, but it's so good. I can't deal with it.
He's like literally tearing up, Proxline.
This is like, I think I told you, and this is not okay, where I had students ask me a couple months ago, they were like, Mr. Buck, like, I forget why they were showing me this. It was relevant for some reason, and they had a question of whether or not it was appropriate, and it was the scene from Toy Story, the original one, where Buzz Lightyear is flying around Andy's room. He thinks he can fly because he thinks he's a real toy, but really he's just sort of falling and bouncing off of stuff accidentally. And it's this whole scene, and eventually he gets caught on the ceiling fan. He spins and spins and spins, shoots off, and then whoever made the video cut it with the plane crashing into the World Trade Center. So it looked like Buzz Lightyear shot off and crashed the World Trade Center. And I was like appalled at this, because any footage of real tragedies is really appalling to me. And there's something specific, I guess, because going through it, like experiencing it live and stuff, anytime I see those things, all I think about is lives ending and dreams being crushed and families being destroyed in like that instant. And it's hard for me to think about anything else. And the kids were like, what do we do with this? And I was like taking a step back, and I was like, this is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Also, I'm giggling, and I don't know what to do about this, just because the unexpected like absurdity of it. And I was like, I don't even know how to navigate this world. It's like, talk about digital media and stuff. Like, what do you do with that? I don't know.
I don't think that you can.
You just can't even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Proxline, we could use Twitter, but...
No, he can't. He got banned.
I mean... that's the whole thing. Maybe refine your speech. There's a way to do it. Sometimes you gotta play the game, you know? Like, you can't just... Sometimes you just gotta do... It's like, if you are, like, trying to step on a platform, they got rules, and you gotta play by their rules, you can still achieve your goal, whatever that is, but you just gotta do it, you know, you're their platform.
Engage in the context of your discourse, yo.
like that you like hands and everything. That's awesome. Al says he'd be banned too if I had a reason to use Twitter. Oh, for sure, Al. You'd be 100% banned within a day.
As soon as you register, you'll be banned.
I mean, I love you as a sub, but for sure. I feel bad.
That's their game. They're trying to make you feel bad.
Fine.
Sorry, I'm getting all like ghetto now.
I know.
Yo, ish, dogs.
Deuces.
Deuces, mad deuces for my dogs.
Let's see. If all women are hoes, then all men are hoes. It's gotta, like, I hate the whole, like...
Generalizations are always bad.
Yeah, and especially when it comes to, like, gender ones, I cannot deal. I can't deal.
Generalizations are always bad.
Generalizations?
Generalizations are always bad. Is a big generalization, so...
Alright, well, I think we're gonna end it.
Okie doke.
Because
that went really fast.
I know, I don't know how long we've been living, but I feel like we're just shooting the ish right now. And they're crying, and I want cookies, and this one needs to decompress.
Well, I feel decompressed. I just did it in front of a bunch of people, though, that's all.
It was fun, though, right?
It's always fun.
Good. Go check out the Enthusiasm Project on YouTube. He's very funny. He's an incredible editor. And give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And stay tuned for more vlogs. And we'll catch you guys later.
Yes.
Bye.
Adios. Don't get banned.
Don't get banned.